Hi, thank you for your patience as we were sorting out our technical difficulties, and welcome to everyone joining us from across South and Southeast Asia and beyond. Welcome to Wedu Women's Leadership Awards 2025. I'm Nava, and I'm honored to be your host today as we come together to celebrate the incredible women in our community who embody Wedu's values: purposeful action, collective power, showing up with courage, and leading by example. This celebration is extra special to me, having been a part of Wedu's community for years in various capacities, such as being a mentor and currently serving as board advisor. At Wedu, we believe every woman deserves a chance to lead. Our vision is simple yet bold: a world where half of all leaders are women. Our mission? To enable women leaders across South and Southeast Asia to access leadership capabilities, a lifelong community of support, and plentiful capital. Because leadership journeys flourish when nurtured by community and opportunity. There are many ways to support Wedu, including joining the community, signing up for our next Introduction to Leadership cohort that is now open, and checking out education financing resources, sharing about Wedu's work, and even donating to support Wedu's efforts in investing in women's leadership in South and Southeast Asia. Before we dive into today's celebrations, on behalf of the Wedu team and community, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the reality many of you are facing. We know that across our region, from Nepal to Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, India, Malaysia, and Myanmar, political, social, and economic challenges are creating uncertainty and unrest. These times can take a real toll on our sense of safety, stability, and well-being. At Wedu, your safety and well-being matter deeply to us. We are holding our community close in these difficult moments. Please know that resources for mental health and support have been shared via email, and we encourage you to reach out if you need to. That's why tonight matters so much. By coming together, we are not only celebrating individual achievements, but recognizing the power of collective resilience and leadership in the face of adversity. This year's award saw 71 powerful nominations spotlighting extraordinary women breaking barriers in 3 critical areas: climate action, economic empowerment, and the care economy. And for the very first time, we're also recognizing mentors, those whose allyship and volunteerism fuel the leadership journeys of others. So let's celebrate together and amplify these incredible stories of courage and impact. To officially open our celebration, please join me in welcoming Rani, Wedu's Executive Director, to share more about the heart of these awards and how they connect to Wedu's strategy.
Thank you so much, Nava, for such a warm introduction. It is wonderful to be with all of you here today. At Wedu, our vision is for a world where half of all leaders are women. 13 years ago, when we were founded, the landscape in South and Southeast Asia looked different. Today, our region is on the front lines of the climate crisis. Women continue to carry the brunt of unpaid care work, and systemic economic barriers for women persist. When we designed our 2025 to 2027 strategic plan, From Barriers to Bridges, we knew we had to respond directly to these challenges. But we also knew we needed to root our path forward in our values, because our values guide how we lead and how we imagine the future. That is why we host the Wedu Awards. They are not only about celebrating the remarkable women leaders, but also about showing what our values look like in action. We take purposeful action when we honor leaders confronting the climate crisis, reshaping economies, or redefining care. We build collective power when we highlight the solidarity between rising stars and mentors, when women and allies come together to share knowledge, care, and reciprocity. We show up with courage when we spotlight women taking bold risks, stepping into spaces where they've historically been excluded, and leading with resilience and presence. And we lead by example when our community demonstrates that a feminist future is not just an idea, it's something we are practicing every day, imperfectly, but joyfully. So, what do we mean when we say that the awards are spotlighting women who are redefining leadership? At Wedu, leadership is not abstract. It's behaviors. It's what you do. This is why all of our core offerings, from our leadership development programs to our mentorship programs to our education financing program, are grounded in Wedu's 7 leadership dimensions. For us, you are a true leader if you are taking action, making change, influencing outcomes, and mobilizing others. Each of the 7 leadership dimensions reflects concrete behaviors we want to see in practice, ensuring our leadership model is not just inspirational, but practical and transformative. And this is why, through today's award ceremony, we will celebrate the stories of our rising stars, mentors, and our community members, women and allies who are bringing these leadership dimensions to life. Which brings us to our award categories. Inspired by our strategic focus over the next 3 years, this year's awards spotlight women leaders in 3 key areas, while also recognizing the power of allyship. The Earth Advocate Award honors women leaders creating innovative, community-based responses to the climate crisis. The Leadership in Care Award uplifts the unseen leadership at the heart of homes, communities, and economies. The Trailblazing MSMEs Award recognizes women who are driving innovation and resilience through small businesses that sustain families and transform societies. And finally, the Flame of Solidarity Award celebrates mentors who build collective power and champion the next generation of women leaders. Together, these awards reflect the very heart of our values, our leadership model, and our strategy in action. Each finalist tonight reminds us that equity and justice are being built right now, through the hands, through the hearts, and through the leadership of the Wedu community. So thank you for believing in our mission, and thank you for celebrating the incredible Wedu community with us. And now I would like to invite Nava back to the stage to officially begin our award ceremony.
Our first award of the evening is the Earth Advocate Award, which celebrates women leaders driving innovative, community-based solutions to the climate crisis. These women are spearheading environmental resilience through education, advocacy, pioneering climate solutions, and grassroots initiatives. They remind us that humanity has responsibility as part of the web of nature, and they're showing us what leadership for a sustainable future looks like. A huge thank you to our esteemed jury for this category, whose decades of expertise and passion for the planet made this possible. We have Dianto Imam, Director of PT New Energy Nexus Indonesia, Riley Johani, Co-founder and Executive Director of the Coral Triangle Center, and Wayna Crochet Lee, who leads the Sunline Foundation. With deep gratitude for their thoughtful participation, let's meet our incredible finalists through this video.
Finalists feature Jitsai Santaputra from Thailand, Jitsai brings creativity, inclusivity, and vision to some of Southeast Asia's most urgent climate and energy challenges. As co-founder of Youth for Energy Southeast Asia and the Thailand Youth Climate Council, she creates platforms where young people and women can shape conversations on energy transition and climate resilience. From grassroots workshops to the first youth-organized sustainable fashion show at COP29, Jitsai blends art, storytelling, and policy to make complex issues relatable and actionable. Jitsai has engaged over 3,000 young people across ASEAN, ensuring local voices are heard and included in decision-making. Whether mentoring the next generation or convening international forums, Jitsai leads with purpose, empathy, and creativity, proving that climate solutions are strongest when women are at the forefront. Finalists feature Ol Chin from Cambodia. Ol's leadership journey shows how women innovators can transform entire systems. At EcoSun Cambodia, Ol co-developed mobile solar water pumps that gave farmers affordable, climate-friendly alternatives to diesel irrigation. As project manager at Solar Green Energy, she scaled smart and hybrid solar systems designed to withstand rural conditions, extending the reach of clean energy solutions across the country. Today, as a renewable energy specialist at the Cambodia-Australia Partnership for Resilient Economic Development, she is shaping climate-proof energy systems and influencing national policies that embed sustainability into Cambodia's development. Her impact is profound. More than 630 solar pumps deployed in a single year, hundreds of families reducing fuel costs and emissions, and communities gaining resilience against climate change. Finalists feature Rizky Al-Husna, also known as Melin, from Indonesia. Melin works with indigenous and rural communities in Indonesia, combining geospatial tools with local knowledge to support conservation that fits local realities. From reviving traditional agroforestry systems in Sulawesi to mapping pollution in Kalimantan's peatlands, she blends science and tradition to strengthen biodiversity, soil health, and climate resilience. Melin's work has influenced local policies, with 5 conservation regulations adopted by the Wonosobo government, and supported community-led initiatives like fire monitoring groups and eco-print workshops that protect ecosystems while creating livelihoods. As a teacher at Universitas Mula Warman, Melin equips students to connect knowledge with action, showing that conservation works best when the people who depend on the land are at the heart of decision-making. Finalists feature Sadia Salim from Bangladesh. Sadia's leadership lies at the intersection of environmental health, gender equity, and community resilience, working across some of Bangladesh's most climate-vulnerable regions. From flooding to climate-related health risks, Sadia addresses challenges where they are felt most deeply. Sadia co-created a planetary health curriculum anchored in the lived community experience, which was piloted with over 150 youth leaders and is now serving as a model for at-risk regions. Her research on climate-induced skin diseases has even shaped national policy dialogue, advocating for free medical treatment for vulnerable communities. Sadia transforms vulnerability into agency, showing that true climate leadership supports communities to become agents of change.
Wow, what inspiring leaders. We'll now invite each finalist to share briefly about their journey. We'll start with Jitsai sharing a few words.
Yeah, it's lovely to be here. Thank you, Rani, and the Wedu team for and the jury for selecting me as a finalist. It's so heartwarming, and it's almost I almost get imposter syndrome of being with such inspiring women in the same category as well as the other ones. I've been reading their profiles, and it's just so incredible to see that there are so many amazing people doing such great work on the ground and in policy spaces, in education spaces as well. My personal journey, I did not study in STEM. I do not have a PhD. I'm not an energy engineer, but I work in the energy field. So I really believe that women and young people can be in spaces that even if their education, that's not the track that they're on, that they can always switch and cross over. So I always remind the people around me when they ask me what engineering degree I did, that I was like, you don't have to be in energy. You don't have to be a STEM major to be in energy. You don't have to have a degree to be in energy. And I think that's so important, especially for industry and sector that one drives a lot of the climate change that we see as a sector that pollutes a lot, and two, as a sector that is very dominantly male. Often I am the only female in the room or the only female on the stage. So I really champion that every single day of my work. And it's like trying to be a beacon of inclusivity, and through the platform of Youth for Energy Southeast Asia and Thailand Youth Climate Council, and really weaving in the needs for women leaders as well as youth leaders, and as well as voices of diversity in spaces where decisions are being made. So it's so amazing for me to be here today and to like meet everybody, both backstage and the audience as well, to be able to kind of share the story and like just give my thanks to Wedu for giving me the spotlight and our organizations that we're working and everybody else in the room. It is just incredible. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jitsai, for doing what you're doing in terms of advocating for change in sustainability. We'll next have Risky to share a few words.
So thank you, Wedu, and all the guests. For me to be nominated for this Wedu Art Advocate Award is a profound honor. It was like a meaningful recognition of my journey that began not only in the lecture hall, but also in the field while listening to the wisdom of indigenous communities, and learning from the sustainable practices across my country in Indonesia. And this nomination affirms a core belief that has guided my work. The most effective solution for our planet is found at the intersection of the community knowledge and scientific rigor. And the part of my journey that gives me the most confidence in my impact is seeing the tangible results of bridging these two worlds. As an assistant professor, I equip students with the science, while as a practitioner, I have call-it workshop where we use participatory mapping to help communities protect their natural and cultural landscapes. And this witnessing a village advance to self-sustaining a pilot project, or seeing my students apply what they learn in the class to real-world conservation challenges. And this synergy between empowering local voices and applying environmental science that builds a resilient and sustainable future. And it is the legacy that I am committed to advancing. Thank you.
Thanks, Risky, for what you do and also sharing about looking at various intersections in solving the climate crisis. And last but not least, we'll have Sadia to share a couple of words.
Hello. So I'm truly humbled and grateful to be receiving as a finalist for the Wedu Women's Leadership Awards. So to me, it's not only my personal achievement. So because my journey has always been shaped by people and the institutions that helped me. So my journey with Wedu has been from 2020. So I worked there as a rising star, and then I finished some courses and later contributed as a mentor and interviewers and participated in many surveys. So what makes Wedu unique is the way that it hearts the people, like the voice of the unheard, and it creates opportunities for the women that I'm deeply proud to be a part of this family. In my role as a community development officer at Center for Climate Change and Environmental Health at Asian University for Women Bangladesh, I have seen firsthand how climate change affects marginalized people, especially the women. So through the extensive field research, like in my role across Bangladesh, so I have visited many islands, many camps, and many slums. So there I have listened the stories of women whose daily lives are disrupted by environmental injustice. So over the years, my initiatives from drafting policy briefs and conducting workshops, awareness campaign, and creating paid roles for some young women has been recognized by Wedu. So, but for me, I think like this award is for them, like for the women, like who are very brave, who are having hardships in their real lives, but is still facing these problems. Um, and thank you so much, Ritu, for empowering us, and thank you all for this, for bearing this journey with me. Yeah.
Thank you, Sadia. That was very heartwarming to hear you share your story. And with that, this is the moment we've been waiting for. And the winner of the Earth Advocate Award is Sadia Salim. Sadia is redefining what leadership and climate leadership specifically looks like in Bangladesh, from coastal villages to refugee camps, by centering women, youth, and displaced communities. She transforms lived experiences into powerful tools for education, policy, and resilience. We'd like to invite Sadia to say a few words as the winner of the Earth Advocate Award.
Thank you so much. I think I can't express like what should I say now. So thank you so much, the video community. Like this award is not the end of my journey. I think it's a reminder of the responsibility that I like to continue advocating for women in environmental health sector and to bring their stories more and making spaces for them and to ensure that the next generation of women leaders have the opportunities and support they need to survive. Thank you, Wedu, for giving me the opportunity. Actually, I can't express now like what I'm feeling. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all our nominees, finalists, and of course, thank you, Sadia. You proved that climate action rooted in justice is unstoppable. Our second category is deeply close to the heart, the Leadership in Care Award. This award uplifts the often unseen leadership at the center of homes, communities, and economies. It recognizes women whose caregiving, whether as parents, nurses, domestic workers, or community supporters, sustains families, builds resilience, and enables societies to thrive. Care is powerful leadership. And tonight, we celebrate those whose empathy and courage create profound social impact. Our heartfelt thanks to the jury for their thoughtful consideration. Our jury includes Dini Withi Susti, Executive Director of Plan International Indonesia Foundation, Sabina Tripathi, RGT practitioner, hypnotherapist, and transformational parenting coach, and Vanessa Hongsathevich, Research Manager at Love Frankie. Now, let's meet our inspiring finalists.
Finalists feature Elizabeth Joy Quijano from the Philippines. Joy is a mother, writer, educator, and community leader from Matanao, Davao del Sur, Philippines. A proud member of the Blaan Cultural Group, she balances raising 3 children with creating spaces where Indigenous women and children can learn, thrive, and reclaim their stories. Joy founded the Blaan and Tagakaulo Cultural Community Libraries and authored the first short story collection by an Indigenous Filipina, winning the 2023 National Book Award for short fiction in Binisaya. Through mentorship, storytelling, and community projects, Joy turns care into action, preserving culture, supporting women, and building resilience. Joy's leadership shows that caregiving can be courageous, visionary, and transformative, inspiring communities to step forward and lead with empathy and purpose. Finalists feature Farain Jaffar from Singapore. Farain's caregiving spans many roles: mother, foster parent, counselor, and advocate, all rooted in compassion and resilience. She believes that care itself is a form of leadership. As a mother to our neurodivergent child and as a foster parent, Farah In guides, protects, and supports others, creating safe spaces for growth and healing. Since 2017, she has supported hundreds of mothers as a breastfeeding counselor in Singapore and now serves as vice president, training new counselors and advocating for equity and inclusion. Farah In's leadership is defined by its reach and depth. Her story reminds us that caregiving can be transformative, shaping communities as much as individual lives. Finalists feature Nyen Nyen Thet Aung from Myanmar. Nyen Nyen mentors young women, supports her family, and uplifts communities across borders, showing that care is central to leadership. Professionally, she has advocated for trauma-informed policies and mentored rising talent. As co-founder of Women Transforming Myanmar, she's built networks for women leaders, and through her charity, she provides newborn clothes to refugee mothers. Even while balancing family responsibilities, she supports her mother's business and her sister's education in Thailand. Nyen Nyen's leadership shows that care and impact are inseparable. Through everyday acts of support, she nurtures resilience, connection, and hope, proving that thoughtful caregiving strengthens families, workplaces, and communities alike. Finalists feature Stuti Mishra from India. Stuti's caregiving is shaped by empathy, loss, and a commitment to community. In 2025, Stuti provided end-of-life care to her father, a revered figure in the Indian fine arts community. And now, she preserves his artistic legacy while holding space for her own grief. With over a decade of experience in the social impact and nonprofit sectors, Stuti has designed and implemented programs supporting youth, women, and vulnerable communities across India. Her initiatives include community mental health programs, pan-India support helplines, and safe spaces for dialogue around gender, mental health, and reproductive rights. Stuti's leadership demonstrates that personal and community care is powerful in creating meaningful, lasting impact.
Such powerful stories of care and leadership. Let's hear from our finalists as they share what this nomination means to them. We'll start with Joy.
Hello, Fiu Kifu. Good evening from Philippines. I am Elizabeth Joy Serrano Quijano. I'm an indigenous woman from Mindanao in the Philippines. I am an educator, I am an author, and I'm also mother to 3 children. And I take care of my cultural community by increasing the literacy rates of the indigenous children and learners in our cultural community. I also created cultural community libraries to create safe spaces for women and girls, indigenous women and girls in our cultural communities here in Davao region and not in our province. And as an educator, I teach development communication to indigenous students in the past 7 years. And I think that care is very political, by what we write, by what we speak, and taking care of the next generation of the indigenous people in our cultural communities is the biggest contribution that we can give as leaders, as women leaders in Southeast Asia and in the world. Thank you. Daghang salamat.
Thanks, Joy, for what you do in nurturing the next generation, whether that's your kids or the kids in the community. And with that, I'd like to welcome Farine.
Hi everyone, good evening from Singapore. My name is Farain Jaffa and I'm deeply humbled and inspired to be nominated for this award. My journey, recognized in the context of care and leadership, affirms that the everyday work of empathy, patience, and nurturing often are seen and undervalued. truly, truly matters. It reminds me that caring is not a sideline, it is central to transformation and justice. And this nomination also strengthens my resolve. It sends me a message that voices and struggles of caregivers deserve visibility, and that the labor of care carries weight, that human dignity is upheld when we lead with compassion. In being nominated, I feel entrusted to do more, to do better, and to bring alongside others who care in often quiet ways. The moment that I feel most confident about my impact is when someone comes up to me and say, Farain, thank you very much. Because of what you say or you do, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And that's when I realized that the ripple effect of one person can change how others see themselves and move in the world. For all of my roles as a mother, as a foster parent, as an advocate, as a breastfeeding counselor, and also a leader in the different communities that I walk in, I walk alongside the people at the most vulnerable moments. When a parent in my support group shares that they feel supported and understood, when a child under my care begins to heal, or when a marginalized voice is finally listened to in a decision-making space, those are the milestones that I hold on to. They may be small in the world's eyes, but they are deeply meaningful to me. These experiences reinforce for me that leadership is not about directing from above. It is about being present, creating safe spaces, lifting others, and holding steady in through the storms. Every time I've witnessed growth, healing, or courage, especially in someone I've journeyed with, I feel affirmed in my purpose and confident that the care-led leadership truly makes a difference. Congratulations to my fellow nominees, Elizabeth, Nian, and Stuti, on the nomination as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Farin, for showing us what it means to lead with compassion, care, and presence. With that, we'll have Nian to share a few words.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored to be here as a finalist for the CARE Award. My heartfelt thanks to the jury, the organizer, and also to Wedu for giving me the spotlight and the chance to share a message which is bigger than myself. It is also inspiring to be among so many remarkable women tonight. Most of all, I also want to thank the countless caregivers who motivate me every day. And yeah, it often go unseen. So today, I also carry the image of young women in a conflict area like Myanmar who must sacrifice their education, their dreams to care for their families, and also the mothers who work for long and exhausting hours for the job, but they pay barely enough to hold the family. And also while the grandmom, after a lifetime labor, they have to step in to raise the next generation like their grandchild. So the family life rests on their shoulder, but who cares for those caregivers? So for me, being here give me hope and hope that together we can make visible, honor, and it with all respect it deserves. And also, it is a shared responsibility for everyone. So because when we value, our societies become stronger, fairer, and also more human. So thank you so much, Wedu. And also thank you and very inspiring to all the fellows here.
Thank you, Nian, for sharing about collective care and action. And with that, we will welcome our last nominee or finalist for this category, Stuti.
Thanks, Nawa. To the Wedu team, the selection committee, my fellow nominees, and all the people who are watching us, thank you so much for this nomination. This is Stuti, and I am so grateful to be here. This recognition is not about me, it's a powerful affirmation of the work that I do and we all are doing in everyday work. The word care is this basically resonate with me deeply because true leadership, particularly in this sector, the social impact sector we serve, is a fundamentally about caring and investing in potential. And my work of past 12 years has been like that, working in villages, community, remote areas, on urban communities as well. I have always ensured to always instill a component of care and empathy in my work. And with this, I would also like to uh, take an opportunity to particularly addressing the fact that leadership and care also resonates with the family and the people to whom you are giving care is given. And this also connects with my father who passed away this year. So thank you so much, Wedu, for recognizing this and looking forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siti, and thank you to all our finalists of this category. And now to announce the winner of the Leadership and Care Award. And our winner is Nien Nien Pet Ang. Nien Nien is a mother, mentor, and community leader who supports her family, uplifts women in Myanmar and Thailand, and provides essential care for refugee mothers. We'd like to invite Nien Nien to say a few words as the winner of the Leadership in Care Award.
Thank you very much. I truly honored to receive this CARE Award tonight, right? So, and this recognition is not just for me. I feel it is for all the women who care, keeps the families and also the community alive. And yet it often go unseen. So care work is everywhere. Like it is raising children, supporting elderly, looking after your neighbor, and also holding the family together. So it is a backbone for our society, but yet it is often like undervalued, underpaid, and also taken for granted. So for me, as a migrant mother myself, I know these challenges in personally. So yeah, winning this award is a reminder that care is just not work, it is a leadership. It sustains society, build resilience, and shape future next generation. And it is why I'm also committed to make care visible and fairly. Thank you so much. Thank you for this award.
Thank you, Nien Nien, for showing us that care is the backbone of society and that it goes truly hand in hand with leadership. Our third award celebrates innovation and entrepreneurship, the Trailblazing MSMEs Award. This award honors women leading micro, small, and medium enterprises that create meaningful economic opportunities while breaking barriers for more women to grow their financial independence. Thank you to our brilliant jury. They consist of Juliana Shrestha, co-founder of Dulua Outdoors, Olasoji Okewo, investment manager at Kiva, and Cecily Lai, partner at Monks Hill Ventures. Now, let's meet the bold entrepreneurs who are transforming their communities.
Finalists feature Cho Chan Mye Oh from Myanmar and founder of Nectar Studio. Cho's journey is one of courage, resilience, and purpose. After fleeing Myanmar during the 2021 military coup, she navigated the challenges of relocation, unemployment, and new motherhood, and transformed these personal hardships into a mission to help millions overcome interview anxiety and access career opportunities. Through Nectar Studio, Cho has created an AI-powered platform that makes professional interview coaching affordable, accessible, and tailored to each user. Her work empowers job seekers, scales mentorship, and tackles barriers that have long held back talented professionals, particularly women and mothers returning to the workforce. Cho's leadership proves that courage, empathy, and innovation can turn adversity into opportunity and build a brighter future for all. Finalists feature Nan Mon from Myanmar and founder of How She Did It. Nan A's journey is one of courage, resilience, and transformative leadership. Through How She Did It, Nan AA has built a women-led ecosystem that blends technology, community, and economic empowerment, helping women across Myanmar and Southeast Asia rebuild their futures. Born from resilience and vision, How She Did It equips women particularly those who have experienced trauma, displacement, or major life transitions, with the confidence, career skills, and leadership pathways needed to rebuild their futures. Through a combination of AI-powered tools, grassroots networks, and trauma-informed support, NAN-AA has created an inclusive platform that redefines what economic empowerment can look like. Through her visionary leadership, NAN-AA is not only empowering women individually, but also creating generational and systemic change, making NAN-AA a truly trailblazing leader. Finalists feature Yi Mon from Myanmar and founder of Venus Skinlux. A true pioneer of circular business practices in Myanmar, Yi is redefining the personal care industry with eco-friendly innovations. Introducing shampoo and conditioner bars, refill stations, and packaging return schemes that are transforming consumer habits across more than 10 townships. Launching such a purpose-driven business during Myanmar's political and economic instability required extraordinary courage. Yet, under her leadership, Venus Skinlux has grown into a model of responsible entrepreneurship, proving that sustainability and community can go hand in hand. From sourcing ingredients through local farms to collaborating with women entrepreneurs and neighborhood shops to run refill stations, Yi's work uplifts communities while reducing environmental impact. Through resilience, innovation, and her unwavering commitment to people and planet, Yi is trailblazing a new future for sustainable businesses in Myanmar.
Let's hear from our finalists about how they feel about being recognized for the award tonight. We'll start with Cho to share a few words.
Hi everyone, I am currently in Singapore, Sunshine, Singapore. I am very excited to meet with each and every one of you. Originally from Myanmar, and I have been in Singapore for a while. I have actually built Women in Singapore chapter, which empowers women in tech and innovations, where I curate events and activities. At the same time, I have been building Nectar Studio, which is AI-powered job interview coach. I am really interested and genuine belief in women empowerment through economic opportunities and access to job. And as a mentor in Wedu as well, like I have been mentoring professionals in tech and innovations. And very grateful and excited to be finalists with fellow all these women. Yeah, and also, you know, like since I have been in the tech and product management space, it is really grateful to see more women in the space out there coming from banking and tech industries. Although there are many women in the entry and mid level, when we reach to executive level, I feel that there's still so much space for women to grow. And especially as this timing of being a finalist also really meet with my meaningful time of my life, because I have been a new mother 2 years ago, and there are times that I started to doubt, like, do I still performing as an A player at job while being a mother and fulfilling the mother care. So building this product while I am giving him nap and giving him care, coding while he is napping, debugging the code while he is napping has been a great opportunity to grow. And we do being in a finalist in Wedu actually validates my journey and also journey of other mothers and women out there who are building as a solo founder and an entrepreneur and innovator. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Cho, about sharing about the duality of emotions we can sit with, right, in driving businesses while still having self-doubt. Next, we'll hear from Nang.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're hearing me well. Greetings from Sri Lanka. I'm from Myanmar, but currently relocating in Sri Lanka. but it's amazing to be in the same space with so many inspiring women. And at one point, I feel like this is the signal that validates us that our journey, we're not alone. And just like this hard, so those are the questions that sometimes came up to me and makes me overwhelmed. But this award actually validates that, okay, I'm actually doing the right thing. And there are many of us who are trying to overcome our personal barriers and so many layers of systemic barriers. And if we actually work together in some way, it can become a collective transformation together. So that's actually how I get all the inspiration from how she did it community and or I support from the community that each individual stories are what drive us to be who we are right now. So with how she did it, we are actually building a community that it's an ecosystem, not just for women, but also by women and together with all the other genders to really make a transformation. So it's truly an honor and also congratulations to all the award winners. And I hope to keep in touch with you all. And I would love to follow your stories. It's truly inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you, Nang AA, for sharing about the transformative power of overcoming personal and systemic barriers. And with that, we're going to announce the winner. So the winner of the Trailblazing MSMEs Award is Cho Chan Mei Wu from Nectar Studio. As a founder and new mother, Cho Chan is breaking barriers by making professional preparation more accessible for job seekers across Asia. We'd like to invite Cho Chan to say a few words as the winner of the Trailblazing MSMEs Award.
Wow, I feel very so much gratitude, so much of happiness and proud to receive this. And I'm not receiving just as an individual woman. I think that this is the collective that we are receiving this, and it is very big milestone for me to receive from Wedu for this. And with that being said, as I have mentioned, leadership is the balance between courage and also courage and also assertiveness. And while we are being encouraged, although we have subconscious about self-doubt in our mind, we still need to be assertive with the message that we want to come across. And at the same time, being authentic to our empathy and kindness, all of these are a balance of the leadership. And I hope to uphold these values as a leader in the community to the community. And with that being said, I want to also thanks to participants who are watching this, also Wedu team, and also the fellow finalists as well. And whoever you are watching, if you are a mother, I see you. We as a women, we are already leaders in the community. We lead the family, we lead the community. We actually are very good problem solver. Whether we are trying to feed vegetables to the toddler, we still solving problems to troubleshoot and to think about the innovation solutions while we are doing very much even household duties. And when we actually innovate with these tools like AI agents, AI assistant coding, it only give us velocity. It only give us accelerate our actions to innovate more. So I really want to encourage that women founders, women builders, whoever out there, I see you. I know that we are putting so many hours to make this happen. And I want to thank Wedu as well, who recognize the leadership in any shape and form. While we are pitching to investors or while we are pitching to the deals, we are still pushing the stroller. We're still putting the babies to sleep. And this is the leadership that we put out there. yes, there are days that we might not be too sharp, I agree, but it doesn't matter. Leadership is a collective experience. It is not one stop. So I want to wrap up my message with that, and thank you for being here. Thank you for chosen as a winner. And this is not just a conclusion message. This only just start and hype my leadership journey.
Thank you, Cho, for turning interview fears into confidence and embodying that confidence in what you're doing. Our final award of the evening is very special, the Flame of Solidarity Award, which honors Wedu mentors who lead with care, build bridges across communities, and champion inclusive systems. Thank you to our jury for bringing the deep experience in gender equality and inclusive leadership. We have as part of our jury Eden Demmer, policy and gender expert, Wedu mentor and board advisor, Dr. Seema Pantaki, gender equality platform lead at AVPN, and Sophia Sewell, feminist leadership lead at Fair Share. Now let's meet our finalists who embody true mentorship and solidarity.
Finalists feature Charlotte Marasigan from the Philippines. For more than 3 years, Charlotte has dedicated herself to mentoring women across academia and STEM. From guiding aspiring graduate students through competitive applications to supporting undergraduates in the lab, Charlotte has been a steady source of knowledge and encouragement. In 2022, Charlotte mentored a student team through their thesis project, helping them not only achieve academic success, but also grow into confident, collaborative leaders. Currently pursuing her PhD in biomedical engineering at the University of Texas at Dallas, Charlotte continues to volunteer her time, offering guidance to women in science who face barriers of representation and self-doubt. She is recognized not only for her academic excellence, but for her ability to uplift others and create spaces where women's voices can thrive. Finalists feature Kavaljit Chaudhry from Canada. As a certified leadership coach, Kaval believes women are not only building careers, but also shaping legacies. She supports women and allies across sectors, reminding them that they are meant to burn bright, not burn out. Kaval's mentorship spans continents, from guiding young leaders across Asia through Wedu to mentoring newcomers and professionals in Canada. Her mentees describe her as generous, empathetic, and transformative. One credits Kaval with helping her adapt to life in Canada, tailoring her CV, preparing for interviews, and securing job offers within just a month of arrival. Through every role, Kaval embodies solidarity in action, walking beside women, reflecting their strengths, and celebrating their successes. Finalists feature Sakna Kosanak Prum from Cambodia. Sakna Kosanak's mentorship journey began in Cambodia, where he volunteered through Wedu Cambodia and the Development Innovation Program to support young women aspiring to leadership and technology. From there, his impact grew across borders, mentoring a Wedu rising star in Bangladesh, guiding a participant in the Waisili Women's Leadership Academy in Laos, and most recently, supporting a young professional in the United States through Anita B's Apprenticeship Pathway Program. For each mentee, his role has gone far beyond technical guidance. His support has often been a lifeline, helping young women set goals, navigate international opportunities, manage the pressures of early careers, and build confidence in themselves as future leaders. Finalists feature Tamina Akhtar Supti from Bangladesh. Tamina has been mentoring women across Bangladesh, South Asia, and Africa, equipping them with skills in leadership, climate action, education, and mental health. As the founder of Light for Life, Tamina has pioneered initiatives like Sunshine Family Volunteers, a unique model where mothers and daughters co-lead grassroots projects for social change. Through Global Peace Women, Tamina facilitates mentorship circles, providing guidance to survivors of early marriage and gender-based violence, helping them reclaim their voices and agency. Tahmina's mentorship goes beyond the sessions. It builds lasting networks of solidarity, where women uplift each other and lead with purpose. One of her mentees credits Tahmina with helping her regain confidence, resume her studies, and begin mentoring others in return.
What inspiring stories. Now let's hear from our finalists about what this nomination means to them. We'll start with Charlotte sharing a few words.
Hey everyone. First, I feel truly honored and humbled for this nomination. This nomination reminds me that my journey is not just my own, it is shaped by the mentors, peers, and communities who stood with me. It affirms that solidarity and shared strength define real leadership. My journey has been about turning challenges into purpose. I entered leadership at moments when it felt easier to stay silent, but choosing to step up, whether mentoring, creating spaces for dialogue, or leading projects, taught me that my impact grows when I empower others. The confidence came not from doing everything myself, but from seeing others rise because I believe in them. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing about how impact also lies in uplifting others, Charlotte. With that, we'll have Kawal to share your story in a few words.
Oh my goodness. Being on the same platform as all these other amazing finalists is beyond anything I could have imagined. It's humbling, deeply moving. I personally don't believe that women need to be built or developed into leaders. We already are there everywhere around you, often carrying more than our fair share. What many of us simply don't see is what we are carrying within, and which is often our own skills and strengths. So to be nominated for this flame of solidarity, which is rooted in just standing besides other women, it's an honor indeed. And as a part of my journey, what I feel when a woman I'm mentoring, comes up to me and says, okay, I feel seen, I feel heard, I think I'm capable, I'm ready to take the next step. That's when I know I'm doing the work I'm meant to do. My confidence doesn't come from the titles. It comes from walking alongside the other women and seeing them rise in their own way, on their own terms. That, I believe, is the true impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Kawal, for sharing that. In that, women are already leaders. It's about creating spaces for women to lean into our own strengths, right, to take up these leadership positions. So thank you for journeying through life with many women that you've mentored. With that, we'll hear from Saknat Kosanak. And would you like to come forward to share a couple of words, please?
Sure. Yep. Hi, everyone. So my name is Nak. I'm originally from Cambodia, but currently I'm based in United States. But I'm working here right now. So for me, as a mentor for Wedu, okay, my journey started back in 2019 when I was in Cambodia. That I started as a mentor for a development innovation program supporting young women leader in technology, because my background is in the IT technology field. That's why it's a great privilege for me to be a mentor for young women leader in Asia and also in the United States, that I have been doing so far for the last 6 or 5 years here. Right. Overall, being a mentor give me the opportunity to learn and share my knowledge and experiences in technology and IT field, as well as in STEM area, in order to empower, inspire, and influence more young women leaders in Asia and United States. And to me personally, I believe that knowledge holds its greatest value and ability to uplift others when it is shared. Okay? Retaining it without passing it on to others feel like we have not using an incomplete use of its potential on our knowledge that we have. So as a male mentor, okay, and I'm sure I'm the only male here in today's event or ceremony, right? I'm proud to stand in solidarity with young women leaders, and I believe that to touch someone's life is the highest form of leadership. It's not about being in the spotlight, but it's about lighting the way for others, regardless of gender. So, to all the wonderful and great women leaders here and in the world, I'm here as a male mentor, okay, to stand by with you all, to support as a male ally, whatever I can to support you all, okay. And most importantly, I would like to dedicate this award to every young women leader who dare to dream, every mentor who give knowledge, time, expertise without asking, and every community that believe in the power of solidarity and shared leadership. And also, this award also a good recognition to all the women who ever feel unseen, and your voice sometimes is often unheard by the world. Please always remember that you are always powerful, and together we rise. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing about how knowledge is power, for being an ally, and for being in solidarity with women leaders, Nak. And with that, we have our last nominee and finalist for this award category. We have Tamina.
Thank you. Actually, I'm really feeling very honored and humbled to be nominated for two reasons, actually. First, that because I am here in this platform, I'm listening all the leaders, and I'm still learning. I'm hearing their stories, and it's the best and I'm in the learning process. And second one is this solidarity award being nominated here is not just for myself. It's not just being recognized by myself. It's the recognition is about the collective efforts with my community, my colleagues, my mentors, even the all young people I work with. And actually, the moment when I see young people and families empowered to take action, whether through the education, climate awareness, or community volunteering, family volunteering, are what give me the confidence, actually. And seeing this small initiative spark hope and lasting change assures me that leadership is about inspiring others to believe in their own potential. Because I believe change starts within yourself, and then your family, then your community, then your society, then your country, and then to the world. Thank you.
Thanks, Tamina, for sharing about collective effort and action, and also sharing about how you also get confidence from seeing the actions of others. All right, and with that, we'll be announcing the winner of this category. And so the winner of the Flame of Solidarity Award is Charlotte Marasigan, a microbiologist and PhD researcher. For over 3 years, Charlotte has mentored women in STEM, helping them gain confidence, develop leadership skills, and rise above challenges. We'd like to invite Charlotte to say a few words as the winner of the Flame of Solidarity Award.
Wow, I got surprised. But first, this award, the Flame of Solidarity, carries deep meaning. My leadership journey did not begin with confidence. It began with uncertainty, with questions of whether my voice mattered. But each step of the way, mentors, peers, and communities showed me that leadership is not about perfection, it is about presence. Through challenges, I learned that impact is built not in isolation, but in solidarity. I felt most confident not when I achieved something alone, but when I created space for others to step into their own power. That is when I realized leadership is not about holding the spotlight, but about passing it on. Today, as I accept this recognition, I carry with me the stories of those who believe, those who struggled, and those who continue to rise. This flame is not mine alone. It belongs to all of us who choose to lead with courage, compassion, and conviction. Thank you, Wedu, for nurturing leaders who walk together. May this flame remind us to keep moving forward, not alone, but side by side. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte, for sharing about how leadership is not about perfection, but in presence. for creating spaces for people to step up. And thank you for leading with purpose and inspiring others to believe in their potential. Tonight, we've celebrated extraordinary women and allies whose leadership stories are shaping a world where half of all leaders are women. To every finalist, thank you for your courage, passion, and impact. And to our allies, your support reminds us that leadership is a collective journey. Again, there are many ways to support Wedu, including joining the community, joining our next introduction to leadership cohort, which is now open, sources, sharing about Wedu's work, and even donating to support Wedu's efforts in investing in women's leadership in South and Southeast Asia. For those new to Wedu, here's how you can take your very next step. Wedu's flagship Introduction to Leadership or ITL program is opening its 35th cohort this October. And for the very first time, ITL will be a paid program built on solidarity, meaning your contribution also ensures access for women who otherwise couldn't afford it. This 8-week journey offers tools for self-discovery, leadership growth, and lifelong community connection, plus mentorship and education financing pathways. Sign-ups are officially open tonight, so check out the link in the chat to register. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to Wedu's newsletter to stay connected and inspired. Thank you to our partners in enabling us to recognize the efforts of our community. And thank you for everyone for joining part of a movement where women's leadership changes the world. And may we continue to lead with courage and solidarity.